If you have joint pain at night, I'd like to teach you 4 exercises to help you relieve that pain that you can do straight from your bed. And one of the biggest reasons that people have joint pain at night, but not during the day, is because during the day, your muscles are active. So you could have inflammation starting to pool, say in your knee, for example, but you might be walking around, doing grocery shopping or something, so the muscles are acting as a pump, so that swelling and the inflammation never gets to the point where it's pinching and pressing against those nerves. But when you're sleeping, you're not using your muscles. And so the body is sending inflammation to that joint and increasing swelling. So a lot of people have that pain start to arise maybe at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock at night. Maybe it wakes you up in the middle of the night. But these are some exercises that you can do to help you relieve that pain specifically at night. And what I typically recommend is isometric based exercises. Now, these exercises, you're not actually moving, but you're still getting that contraction and relaxation in the muscles so that you can get that pump and get that swelling and inflammation out of the joint. So without further ado, I'm going to teach you these 4 exercises that you can do from bed. It's Coach Todd, and you're here with feelgoodlife.com. And in this video, I want to teach you these 4 exercises. So we're going to go ahead and get started with exercise number 1. As always, if you enjoy our content, feel free to hit that subscribe button and you'll be alerted every time we release a new video. So the first exercise is called fetal pillow squeezes for the knees. So say you've got joint pain in your knees while you're sleeping, go ahead and grab that pillow. And it doesn't really matter if it's super wide or if it's more flat. The whole goal is to get that contraction in the inner part of the thigh. So I'm gonna do it right down here. Say you're sleeping on your side and your knees start to hurt. What you can do is go ahead and contract your knees together. So you're gonna be using those inner thigh muscles. Now remember, this is an isometric based exercise, so you're not actually gonna be moving. It's not like a normal exercise where you're jogging or something. You're just squeezing those knees together. Hold for 5. It doesn't need to be all out or 100% of your strength. It's just designed to get that fluid pumping, those muscles contracting, and then when you release, it helps bring that fluid. It acts kind of like a pump. So you squeeze for 5 seconds, and then you release. Squeeze for 5. Say I've got a pillow underneath my head. Squeeze for 5 and release. Squeeze for 5 seconds again and release. And honestly, you don't need to do it just 3 times or 4 times or 5 times. You could do this gentle isometric continuously until you fall back asleep. And you'll notice if you have that knee pain, oftentimes it starts to get better and you stop that knee pain from happening again throughout the night. So that's exercise number 1. The next one is face up pillow presses. So this is similar, but a lot of people have pain maybe in the back of the knee when at night. And so you can take that pillow again and say you're laying on your back this time, and this works better if it's a little bit round. And so you could use 2 pillows. Say my knees are a little bit up. What you want to do is you want to go ahead and press the backs of those knees into that pillow. So you're pushing down. So in this case, I'd probably grab another pillow and just prepare myself at night just in case I would have that pain start up again. Press, hold for 5. And you're going to be using the back part of the muscle, the glutes and the hamstrings, to push. And you're going to feel those muscles tighten up in the back. So you hold for 5 again. And then you release. Hold for 5. And release again. You could, while you're sleeping, you could just keep your eyes closed and keep pressing against that pillow. You could alternate it. You could do it one side. Now I'm just doing my left side. Now I'm doing my right side. Again, you're not going back and forth like you're jogging or running or walking. It's just an isometric, a no movement exercise. So you're pressing against that and then releasing, pressing against and release. So Those are a couple exercises that you can do for your knees. Now I want to teach you 2 exercises that you can do if you have shoulder pain at night. So the first one is called fetal bed presses for shoulders. So say, for example, I'm in that fetal position and I've got my pillow here and my shoulder starts to hurt. Say my bottom shoulder starts to hurt. What you can do is press that arm into the bed. I'm on the floor now, but say you're in a bed, pressing that arm right into that, and you're gonna feel the deltoid, the top part of that shoulder muscle, tense up. And what that's gonna do is when you contract that muscle, it's gonna be sending that fluid away from that joint. And then you release, and it's gonna send nutrients back into that joint. So you press, and release, press. I typically recommend 5-second holds, and then you release for 2 seconds or so. Press again for 5 seconds, and release again. So that's fetal bed presses for shoulders. The last one is face-up sternum presses for shoulders. So say, for example, I'm on my back again, and my shoulders are starting to hurt at night. And what I'm gonna do is place my hands on my sternum and push against my sternum. Again, it's not a hard, forceful movement. It's a gentle movement, maybe about 40-ish% of your strength. You're just pushing into that sternum. And what that's doing is it's tightening the internal rotators of your shoulder. So there's muscles that internally rotate. And oftentimes when you have impingement upon the shoulders, you know, your body's sending that inflammation and the swelling, and so it starts to pinch up on those nerves. And so what you're doing is just holding that isometric exercise, and then you release. So it looks as if I'm doing this motion, but I'm not, because the sternum is preventing me from going further. So you push again, hold for 5, release, hold for 5 again, and release. So those are 4 exercises that you can do for shoulder pain or knee pain at nighttime. Again, one of the biggest reasons why is you have that swelling effect inside the joint, and since you're not moving and being active and your muscles aren't acting as a pump, the swelling starts to pool and it pinches upon those nerves. So thanks so much for joining me in this video. If you enjoyed our content at feelgoodlife.com, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and you'll be alerted every time we have a new video. And feel free to leave a comment. We'd love to hear from you. If you have any questions about techniques, or you want to learn exercises for maybe other body parts that are hurting at night, feel free to leave a comment and we'd be happy to help. So thanks so much for joining us at feelgoodlife.com.